Welcome back to Rockstock Channel. It is Wednesday, January 29th, and happy Chinese New Year to all who celebrate. Today we are interviewing for the first time Gabriel Rubacha, CEO of NOA Lithium Brines. NOA Lithium has 3 projects under exploration and development in Argentina, the flagship of which is Rio Grande, which was drilled last year to a large 4.7 million tons and a high-grade 525 milligrams per liter maiden resource. Rodney will dig into this asset as well as NOAA's Arizaro and Salinas Grandes projects in a moment. I've known Gabriel for some 7 years since he was on the board of Lithium Americas and held an operating role as CEO of the Minera XR JV with Ganfeng. Minera XR, 45% owned by what is now called Lithium Argentina, is currently near nameplate 40,000 ton production at the Cauchari-Olaroz Salar in Argentina. RK Equity was a strategic advisor to and investor in Lithium Americas from its early days more than 10 years ago. And likewise, we are both a strategic advisor to and hold equity interests in NOA Lithium. But we are not, of course, financial advisors, and nothing in this video should be considered investment advice. Please do your own research and read the disclaimer at the end of this video. As 2025 begins, the lithium narrative toward Salar brines and toward Argentina are quite bullish. Rio Tinto is betting $10 billion on the commodity and country through its $6.7 billion purchase of Arcadium and a $2.5 billion final investment decision at Rincon. Salar brines are generally lower cost, especially to make carbonate, which is the key chemical for LFP battery chemistries. CATL's co-founder said at last week's World Economic Forum that LFP now accounts for 50% of all batteries and may soon account for 70%.
In the sense that if you look at the past 3 years, the percentage or the portion of LFP format in EV batteries or in batteries in general, in lithium batteries in general, has increased from about 20% of the total market to today. It's pretty much 50-50. And in the next 3 years, we expect LFP versus NCM, the mix will be more like 70% versus 30%.
Argentina, under libertarian Milei, is undergoing a major economic transformation that Mr. Market has not appreciated in the same way it did when Mauricio Macri was in power during the 2016 to 18 lithium bull cycle. But we think that'll change as lithium recovers from the current oversupply and low price period. Unlike some other jurisdictions, Argentina welcomes investment from China, America, and every country, which creates greater competition for high-quality assets. At 525 milligrams per liter, NOAA's Rio Grande project is sufficiently high-grade for a conventional evaporation pond process. In other words, NOAA should not have to rely on direct lithium extraction technology. Looking at the RK Equity scoreboard, NOA Lithium trades on the Toronto Venture Exchange, ticker symbol NOAL. NOAA's stock price is currently around 29 Canadian cents, and it has a market cap of 68 million Canadian dollars, or just under 50 million US dollars. NOAA has a tight share register with 24% held by founders and management, and 35% held by Clean Elements, an investor group which injected 13.5 million Canadian dollars into NOAA in December at a price of 17 cents. Over my 15 years in lithium, covering 4 boom-bust cycles, a large number of Canadian-listed Argentina developers like NOAA have created significant value for shareholders. Ganfeng partnered with Lithium Americas, which later bought Millennial Lithium for $400 million. NEO Lithium was acquired for $770 million by Zijin Mining. Lithium X was acquired for $265 million by Nextview New Energy. And LSC Lithium was bought by Plus Petrol and Alpha Lithium by Tech Petrol. We see similar potential over the medium term for NOAA to replicate the success of these and other Argentina exploration companies. And with that, welcome, Gabriel, to Rockstock Channel. Please give us a bit more of your background before NOAA and Lithium Americas and some of the history of NOAA to date, and then Rodney will dig in with his questions.
Okay. Thank you, Howard. Before NOAA or before joining Lithium Americas, I spent 26 years in engineering construction. My background is I'm an engineer. I spent 26 years in engineering construction in different roles, from project manager, director, project director, to managing directors of one of the major engineering construction companies in the region, South America, constructing and engineering most of the major mining projects in Argentina and some of the projects in Chile. So in that was my exposure to mining. I had a lot of exposure to mining and to a lot of most of the major mining companies in the region. That was the reason in 2016 I joined Lithium Americas board before joining as an executive. So I spent the first 1 year as an independent, and then I continue in LAC's board as an executive. But my background is engineering and doing things to engineering. So I got a lot of experience in Argentina doing things. And that's my background, pretty much. And in NOAA, pretty much we started this company a little bit more than 2 years ago with a group of individuals with a lot of experience in Argentina mining, particularly in Salta. All our assets are located in Salta, which is the friendliest jurisdiction in the region, not just in Argentina. It's one of the friendliest jurisdictions in the region, as a Fraser Institute is ranked Salta. We started acquiring properties. We acquired 140,000 hectares of mining properties, all in the province of Salta. And we listed the company in 2023, March 2023. Bad timing, because right at the top of the mountain, and we start sliding with the market. But it was a good experience because we wanted to deliver what we promised to our shareholders, and we delivered. We promised to have a maiden resource in our flagship, and we delivered in 1 year. And this is what we wanted to accomplish in the project, and we did it. That is basically a very short story in NOAA. But our experience in Salta, in Argentina, and being Argentinians that put together this company was the driver that allowed us to put together these properties in a time that, as you will know, there were not many properties available, at least with potential. You know that in the last few years, all the properties that were available were all low concentration properties or projects. So we were able to put together 3 projects, all in Salta, because of our experience in Argentina and with mining.
And just on that point, Gabriel, Milei's been hugely positive for Argentina since his election. Are you seeing a visible change and increased interest in the region because of that?
I think yes. I think that there's going to be a lot of additional interest. Argentina got a lot of potential in terms of mining in general. Lithium in particular, there's a lot of potential. One of the things that was approved is an incentive for big investments in Argentina that was approved last year. There are many projects that are already were granted that the access to this regime it's very beneficial with the benefits in terms of lower taxes. This is a very, very good incentive to big investments in Argentina. In general, mining is one of the activities that is going to be incentivized. But again, lithium is going to be one of the activities, but it's going to be a driver for mining in general. We got a lot of potential in copper as well, and this is going to be very, very important for the development of mining. If we got in Argentina, if there's going to be development of mining, that is going to be a driver to push copper and lithium. We need for the development of lithium, infrastructure, and this is going to be a driver to help the development of lithium as well. All the projects, all the mining projects are in remote locations, so infrastructure is important.
And at the Salta level, if you look, I mean, there's some serious and committed players in the region. You've had Arcadium, and now you've got Rio, Eramet, and others. So this is a proven area for success in deal making. I take it then that relations between people on the ground and local government is very good in that area.
Absolutely. I would say that there's a good network of that it was built throughout the last few years. Salta has been able to put together a lot of service companies that is supporting a lot of the development of lithium, especially in lithium, and it's a big support. I mean, we got in Salta now a lot of drilling companies with a lot of equipment, engineering, service providers. There is a lot of development in terms of new offices in Salta, all because of the development of lithium, all because of these big players that you mentioned that have been investing a lot of money in the region. So this is important, and there are companies that have been benefiting from this. So we got local companies that have been working for these companies that now they've got experience, and the junior companies like us, we can now use those companies to our benefit. So I think it's very beneficial for the industry in general.
And if we go to Gabriel, to more specifically to Rio Grande and the drill results, you had a big success in the first 5 holes, high grade, average of 500, over 500 as Howard mentioned, but some parts as nearly as high as 1,000 milligrams a liter, and all pretty near surface. So practically, how does that translate into extraction techniques and optionality for you as a company?
We are saying right now our plan right now is to maintain our plan to go into evaporation. We believe that our average of 525 milligrams per liter allow us to get this flexibility, which is not the case in many of the juniors in the space. We believe that this de-risks significantly the development of Rio Grande. Our neighbor Litica, which we are sharing the Salar with Litica, which is plus petrol, already tested the brine in their pilot facility. They produce lithium carbonate using evaporation process successfully. So we believe that it's the natural path to minimize the risk in the development of the project. Having said that, in our plan for a PEA, we wanted to get base case in evaporation, and we're going to have an alternate case, just an option to get in based on DLE. We believe that at some point in time, DLE may be an option, not today, but for the time being, our base case is evaporation.
And with your maiden resource just below 5 million tons, but if you look, you've done a very small drilling, a small footprint, so there's potential to drill up and get a far bigger resource. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, we believe that we still got potential to increase the resource. Drilling in the northwest, and there is potential first to convert the inferred resource that we got in the south into measured and indicated. All the resource that we got in the south is inferred because we haven't drilled there yet. So drilling there, we believe that is going to be converted into measured and indicated, and it is likely that it's going to be more than what we estimated with geophysics, and we were very conservative in terms of porosity and concentration. So yes, we got potential to increase both in the south and in the northwest.
And
one more thing, Rodney, that is relevant. Out of the 4.7 million tons that we got, measured, indicated, and inferred, again, one differentiator that we got among our peers is that 2.7 million is measured, indicated, is not inferred. This is a big differentiator that we got. We got most of our resource is measured, indicated.
So, of course, as you grow that, then the question is, in terms of, I guess, as you go to PA and production volumes, one will start to look more specifically at infrastructure. Salinas, Grandes, and Arizaro look like, they have good infrastructure. What is it like infrastructure-wise around Rio Grande?
Rio Grande got the same access road that goes to Ganfen's Mariana's project. It's the same access that goes to Mariana, the same access that goes to Litica's project. So in terms of access, it's pretty much the same. And there are two projects to build power lines to supply power to the projects in this region. So we are confident that by the time that we're gonna be constructing this project, one or two of those power lines are gonna be operating. So for the time being, the infrastructure is not as good as in Salinas Grandes, but we are confident that the power lines are going to be around by the time we're going to start construction for the project.
Okay, great. Now, Howard mentioned it in the introduction, and you said, NOAA's got an extensive 140,000 hectares in the Salta province. You've got 3 prospective salars. Rio Grande is the flagship, but the other 2 look to have excellent potential at Arizaro and Salinas Grandes. So what is the plan with those other two?
In Arizaro, we got almost 80,000 hectares, just to put the perspective. Rio Grande, we got 37,000 hectares. In Arizaro, we got almost twice as much surface. Arizaro is a little bit more complex in terms of geology. Arizaro, in terms of concentration, based on the different companies that have been drilling there, is got lower concentration. So we decided last year to look for a partner there. So we believe that the best option there is to develop with somebody else that may take this project for construction. This is Arizaro and Salinas Grandes. Our plan for Salinas Grandes, which is a smaller project, we got 10,000 hectares there, is to start there once we are more advanced in Rio Grande. So our idea is to focus right now in Rio Grande, and once we got more progress in Rio Grande, start the development on Salinas Grandes. All our properties in Salinas are located in Salta, which is more easier in terms of less problems with the communities than in Jujuy. So we are confident that it's going to be an easier path forward in Salinas Grandes. The other benefit that got Salinas Grandes is something that you mentioned before. Salinas Grandes is much closer to the city of Salta. Infrastructure there is much better. And also, based on previous exploration in Salinas Grandes, both concentration and the chemistry is pretty good. So that's why we wanted to, once we got more development there in Rio Grande, start the exploration in Salinas. That is our plan with the other two projects.
Okay, great. And with Rio Grande, what are the key milestones that you're looking to achieve in the next 6 to 12 months?
First of all is our PA. Our main milestone during this year is a PA that we plan to deliver it during Q3 this year. We are working already on that. That's our main milestone on Rio Grande. And in Rio Grande, the second one is to add more, continue the exploration campaign, more exploration in terms of south and northwest, more work on rotary wells in order to start working on the pumping capacity of the Salar, and convert the inferred resource in the south and get more confidence on what we got in the south. That are the two milestones that we got for 2025.
Okay, excellent. One of the main characteristics that we look for in junior mining companies is, and investors like to see is, skin in the game. And with NOA, management and founders have got a substantial stake in the company. What is the current ownership for those two groups?
We currently got approximately 14% of the company. Post-transaction that we got, we recently got an investment from Clean Element of 10 million. We closed that in December, so we currently got 14%. But one good example of that skin on the game is what we've been doing. We did in 2024. The market was, as you well know, terrible, and instead of going to the market in these terrible conditions, we've been exercising warrants that we were barely in the money, and we've been financing the company with our money without selling shares. So that was our idea of have a skin on the game. So we've been financing the company ourselves because we really believe in the projects that we got in the company.
Okay, and do you still have some further warrants and options expiring in the next while that could bring in more cash?
Yeah, we do. We got warrants that expire in 1 year. We got warrants at 20 cents that may bring 5 million. We got warrants at 50 cents that may bring 11 million. All that expired in March, that it's 16 million US that expired in March next year. The 20 cents, we are confident, because are pretty much management and seed capital. We are confident that that's going to be exercised. The 50 cents, it will depend on the market. We don't manage much of that, but if the market reacts and those are in the money, probably a big chunk of that may be exercised. And then we got at 60 cents that expired in May next year, approximately 4 million more. And then we got 14 million more that at 22 cents, that again, got longer term, that are part of the transaction that we just closed, that may provide additional funds if necessary.
And Gabriel, what was the total raise that you did recently that closed last month?
Yeah, we raised 10 million at 17 cents.
That's a US dollar number, right? Because I said 13.5 million Canadian. Yeah.
13.5 Canadian, yeah, approximately 10 million, a little bit less than 10 million US. It was 13.5 Canadian plus 2 million Canadian in a private placement. That was concurrent with the transaction that we made with the Clean Elements.
Okay, great. And then just lastly, you've mentioned potentially securing a partner to progress Arizaro. What would an ideal partner look like for NOA in something like that venture?
I would say that the ideal partner is somebody that will be willing to develop the project, not just a financial partner, more a company that is willing to develop the project and put this project into production. That is the type of ideal partner that we are looking for NOA, for Arizaro.
Okay, thanks. Howard?
Okay, so this Arizaro asset that you have, I mean, there's been another asset like in the news, hasn't there? Like Lithium Chile apparently has received a $180 million bid from some Asian strategic. Is that?
Yeah, correct. Lithium Chile is there. I mean, in Arizaro, you got Lithium Chile, you got Terramet, you got Hanac, Plus Petrol. There are several companies exploring there. Lithium Chile probably is the only that is putting news on the market, or at least we know what is going on. And recently got an offer for 180 million for the project only at the project level.
Right. Okay, so this is kind of like Galaxy back in the day sold a piece of their Sal de Vida to POSCO. There are a lot of salars, and a lot of people are operating at various components of the salars. But as I mentioned in my intro, there's been a lot of M&A activity throughout Argentina over the 15 years that I've been watching and involved in lithium, in bull cycles and bear cycles, and the valuations have been a bit, all over the map, but in some cases, very high numbers. So even in this bear market that we have late last year, we there's still to be determined. It's a bit murky. It says kind of like Asian strategic. It didn't say it's Chinese, and it's confusing because it says Lithium Chile, but it's their Argentine asset that they're looking to buy. But that was just in late December that news came out. It didn't seem to get a lot of traction among lithium watchers, but you and I exchanged thoughts about it over Christmas, and so anyway, to be watched. But lithium is as I said at the opening, and Pilbara had good a decent kind of commentary yesterday. The CATL CEO was at the World Economic Forum talking very bullishly. Trump election is creating some uncertainty kind of in the U.S., but China has hit 50% NEV penetration 10 years ahead of schedule, and they're heading toward like 70%. And they're very interested and liking lithium, need lithium, and Milei under Argentina under Milei and the RIGI regime. I just think that there's a lot of companies that a lot of investors are not paying sufficient attention to what's happening in Argentina, but that will change. And there's scarcity value. There's not that many companies because so many have been acquired. There are very few ways to play Argentine conventional, Argentine salars. You have Lithium Argentina, you have Galan, you have yourself. I guess you have Lithium Chile, and there's a few others. But you're a bit of a new kid on the block, Gabriel. You started this company in a bear market, but the good thing is in the bull markets, a lot of the Argentine salars got bid up. So a lot of the best assets were kind of taken. A lot of people paid a lot for kind of low grade assets which need DLE. It looks like you've acquired some high quality, high concentration brines at not a super high price. So at less than 50 million US market cap, if you follow the path of the companies I mentioned, anywhere, 250 million was, Lithium X, Millennial was 400 million. Neo Lithium was 770 million. Rincon, 825 million. So that's if you were to be acquired, but you could develop this as well over time, as Orocobre and Lithium Americas have done at the Cauchari Olaroz salars. So anyway, great. I hope all of our viewers, again, we are strategic advisors too, and hold equity interests in NOA. So you know where we sit and are optimistic about the prospects, and look forward to working with you, Gabriel, throughout this year and longer to get investors to understand and follow your story closely.
Oh, thank you, Howard and Rodney. No, we are confident. I mean, we are confident that the path forward is going to be less rocky than the last 2 years, but we are confident that we got one good asset and two more to come.
Very good. Most lithium bear markets don't last as long as this one has, so I hope you're right that we're closer to the end of it than in the middle. God forbid this is only the beginning. But anyhow, all right. Thank you, Gabriel. Look forward to talking to you soon.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.